The rarest gemstone, didnt, was once thought to be a single specimen discovered in Myanmar in the 1950s, making it the world's rarest mineral for decades. Only a handful of didnt crystals have been found since, each a deep red or brownish hue due to its unique boron content, and it's prized by collectors for its scarcity and beauty, often outshining even diamonds in value. A species of ant, the Argentine ant, forms massive supercolonies that stretch thousands of miles, with colonies in Europe, America, and Japan linked by a shared genetic code, behaving as one giant family. These ants cooperate across continents, sharing resources and defending territory together, a phenomenon defying typical ant behavior. The Socotra Island in Yemen hosts a tree called the cucumber tree, which produces fruit resembling small cucumbers but tastes bitter and is used locally for medicine. This prehistoric-looking plant, with its bottle-shaped trunk, has evolved in isolation for millions of years, thriving in the island's harsh desert climate. A tiny rodent, the naked mole rat, lives up to 30 years, far longer than most small mammals, due to a unique ability to lower its metabolism and survive with minimal oxygen, almost like a hibernation state. Found in East Africa, these wrinkled, hairless creatures also show no signs of aging-related diseases. The Atacama Desert in Chile has a phenomenon called the flowering desert, where rare rains trigger a sudden bloom of vibrant wildflowers across its arid expanse every few years. This explosion of color, featuring species like the Gara de Leon, can cover hundreds of square miles, drawing scientists to study this unpredictable ecological event. A deep-sea squid, the vampire squid, has bioluminescent organs that it uses to confuse predators by releasing glowing clouds, a behavior unlike any other cephalopod. Living in oxygen-poor zones over 3,000 feet deep, it also turns itself inside out to hide, showcasing its bizarre survival tactics. The Himalayan jumping spider can survive at altitudes above 22,000 feet, higher than Mount Everest base camps, by entering a dormant state and feeding on tiny insects carried by the wind. This tiny arachnid thrives in extreme cold, making it one of the highest living predators on Earth. A cave in New Mexico, Lechuguilla Cave, contains crystal formations called gypsum chandeliers, some stretching over 20 feet, formed by ancient water dissolving and redepositing minerals over millions of years. This pristine cave, untouched by humans until the 1980s, remains a geological marvel. The Pacific Northwest tree octopus, though often a hoax, inspired real research into a rare arboreal octopus species in the Pacific, which uses its tentacles to climb trees near coastal waters, a behavior almost unheard of among cephalopods. This elusive creature blends myth with emerging science. A type of jellyfish, the Turritopsis dohrnii, can revert its cells back to an earlier stage of life after reaching maturity, essentially making it biologically immortal by cycling through its life stages indefinitely. Found in Mediterranean waters, this tiny jellyfish challenges our understanding of aging. The rarest butterfly, the Palos Verdes blue, thrives only in a small coastal region of California, with a population once reduced to just 200 individuals due to habitat loss. This tiny butterfly, with iridescent blue wings, has made a comeback thanks to conservation efforts, but remains one of the world's most endangered insects. A desert in Antarctica, known as the McMurdo Dry Valleys, has been ice-free for millions of years due to katabatic winds that evaporate moisture, creating a landscape resembling Mars with no precipitation for over 2 million years. The world's smallest frog, the Paedophrine amoensis from Papua New Guinea, measures just 7.7 millimeters long and can fit on a dime, living in leaf litter where its high-pitched call helps it attract mates in the dense forest. An ancient Roman road, the Via Appia, still has intact sections paved with basalt stones, built over 2,300 years ago and used by legions, merchants, and even early Christians, some of whom were buried along its sides. A species of plant, the Welwitschia mirabilis, found in the Namib Desert, can live for over 1,500 years with only 2 leaves that grow continuously, splitting and fraying over time into a tangled mass, surviving on fog and dew. The deepest man-made hole, the Kola Superdeep borehole in Russia, reaches 12,261 meters and was drilled to study Earth's crust, revealing unexpected heat and microscopic fossils from ancient oceans far below the surface. A rare mineral, hibernite, forms in meteorites and is one of the first solids to condense in the solar system, with a striking blue color due to titanium and magnesium, offering clues about the universe's early formation. The world's oldest known wine, discovered in a Roman tomb in Spain, dates back to 325 AD and was preserved in a glass amphora, still retaining traces of its original flavor despite being over 1,700 years old. A type of wasp, the emerald cockroach wasp, turns cockroaches into submissive zombies by injecting venom into their brains, then lays eggs inside them, with the larvae feeding on the paralyzed host. The largest single crystal ever found is a selenite gypsum crystal in Mexico's Nica mine, measuring 12 meters long and weighing 55 tons, formed over hundreds of thousands of years in a geothermal cave.